Hello everyone. Welcome to the session on complex data types and structured types in object-oriented databases. In this session, we will be learning few complex data types, how to define them, okay, and the structured types also, okay, and where we can use them, we will be learning that. So, talking about the learning outcome of this session, at the end of this session, you will be able to apply some complex types for a table design, okay, in the object oriented databases, and you will be able to design a table using the structured types too. Now, let us see that how the SQL is enhancing this one by applying the object oriented databases. Here we have taken the examples of extension of SQL which is supporting the complex types. As we are talking about the complex types here, you can see in this diagram that the collection, the first part is about the collection and the large object types. Okay, the second it is supporting is structured types, then it is supporting inheritance, and then it is supporting object orientation also. And in the collection and large objects types, the nested relations are there which are the part of this one, and the large binary large objects are there, the other large objects are there, okay, collection of large objects are there which we call them as glob and blob. And in the structured types, the nested record structures are there, composite attributes are there, we can apply arrays here, multi-sets here, sets here, and inheritance also we can apply, okay, in the SQL. And in the object orientation, we are including object identifiers and the references also. One object created is referred by another table, like that we are doing here. Okay, and whatever in this session we are talking about, that description is mainly based on SQL 99 standard. Okay, few of the statements or few of the definitions, few of the syntax may not work in other SQLs. Okay, so we have taken the base here as SQL 1999. Okay, let us talk about the collection and the large object types. What are these one? Now see, whenever we are defining, say for example, we are defining here the table called as a books relation. Okay, the relation is a books relation. Now here we want to define the set of keywords. Okay, when we are talking about the attribute keyword, for a book, keyword is, we cannot say that only one keyword is there, then there might be multiple keywords, and the number of keywords we cannot again decide, because it may happen that one book is having some 2 or 3 keywords, another book is having more number of keywords or less number of keywords, right? Now this is one example of the collection type. Usually here we have taken the example of set. You can see here that set of, so set is an instance of this collection type. Similarly, arrays are also there. Okay, see how we have defining the arrays. Later on we will see in more detail how to do that. Just go through briefly here. That author array is there. For authors we are taking an array. Okay, so array of 10. We are saying that maximum 10 authors we can have for one book, for example. Okay, so we are defining like this. So here we are defining an array, and how we can access it, usual fashion, like author array of 1, that is what the first author is. Then the multi-sets. Basically, see, arrays are supported by SQL 99. Multi-sets are not supported by SQL 99, but it is supported by SQL 2003 and others also. Okay, what this multi-set is, it is an unordered collections where an element may occur multiple times also. Okay, so that is what we call it as a multi-sets. We will see the example also. And nested relations. SQL 99 is supporting the nested relations like an array of tuples. Okay, let us see this one, how we can define that. Similarly, the large object types. In the large object type, the first one is a character large objects. Say for example, we are taking book review, okay, where we want to write a text format, an essay, something like that. So that kind of thing we can define it as a glob, which is a character large objects. Similarly, binary large object, blob we call it as. So blob is nothing but it is used for storing images, okay, or videos, okay, some other kind of data. So that kind of data we are storing as in the form of blobs, which is called as a binary large objects. Now, so let us talk about the structure types. What are the structure types? See here, the example is given, which is create type name. Okay, we are defining our own type here as a structure called as name, which is having first name and last name. Okay, which is of data type varchar 2, varchar. okay, of 20. Similarly, we are defining the address also. Address is comprised of street, city, zip code and all these one. Okay. One more thing here need to mention, that is here we are defining name as final and address as not final. What is the meaning of final and not final in the object oriented databases? This final and not final, these are indicating whether we can create the subtype of this or not. Okay, whenever not final we are defining, it means that okay, subtypes can be derived. Okay, we can derive again subtypes for this one, address. Okay, address we are defining as not final, whereas final means what? Basically by default everything is final, so it means that no subtypes can be derived. Okay, we are not deriving anything, it is final, we cannot take again the subtype of name. Okay, so that is the example of final and not final and how to define the structure. Here see, we are only defining a structure, we are not defining any attribute using this one. Let us see how to do this. Now see what we have done here. This whatever the structure types are there, like name and address, we have used here to define. Okay, we are using them for creating a table. See this query here, what we have given in this query: create table customer. Okay, name is the attribute of type name, address is the attribute of type address. Okay, and date of birth is of type date. We know that date is the standard data type of SQL, whereas name and address are not the standard data types. What are these one? These are the user defined data types. If we want to access them, how we can access them? By providing, say for example, I want to take the first name from the name, so name dot first name, or similarly name dot last name. So dot operator we are using to reference the components of a particular structure. Okay, what exactly name is doing here? See what name is there. Name we have earlier defined as first name and last name. Okay, so if we want to access, then name dot first name or name dot last name, using that we can access that. Now see, similarly here, think of this one and recall that what type it is. Already we have seen this. What is the type of this one? This is of type address. Why? Because already we have defined this type, structure type called as address. So address is composed, it is having street, city and zip code, right? So this using these one we can define the tables. Okay, so what we have done here, we have taken name and address as the user defined types here. Okay, now how to define the row types? Okay, when we are adding these things in the table, so what we are doing? Now see, again we are creating another type by the structure type. Earlier we have defined name and address. Now again we are creating a type. What is that type? That is a customer type, right? It is having name, address, date of birth and everything, and using this we want to create a table. So this kind of thing is also there. So this is also one of the example of creating a table. So create table customer of customer type. And what customer type is having? Customer type is having name, address and date of birth. And what is name having? Name is having again a structure type called as first name and last name. Okay, similarly address is also a structure type, holding the zip code, the street and this one, city. Now this object oriented database, we can have we can add methods also in this, the functions also, we can call them as procedures also, okay, which are executing during the query passing also, query processing. Whenever we are giving the query, at that time these are executing. Let us see the example on this one. See what we have done, we have defined a method. Method means a function, right, which is working on a particular data set, you can see. So what is, how we can declare the method? The method is declared by the keyword method. This age on date, this is the name of the method, we can give the name of the method. And then what we are passing? We are passing on date as a variable here, which is of type date, right? And what it is returning? It is returning interval year. Whenever we are providing the birth date, okay, automatically it has to give the age of that particular person. That is a simple method here. This is a simple function. And how it is working, how the method body is written? The method body is written like this: create instance method, age on date, this is name of my function or a method, and what we are passing on date, and what it is returning? It is returning interval year. Okay, and for customer type. Why? Because it is of for the customer type for which we are applying for customer type here. okay, and what it is returning? It is returning the our current date, okay, with the date of birth, like this one, okay. So automatically it is returning the year. Now how we can use this function we have defined, how we can use it? Now see, the use of the function is given here. Select name dot last name, means we are only selecting the last name, and we are calling that function age on date, we are calling that method by passing the current date, okay. So automatically what it is doing, it is taking that person's date of birth, we have already passed the current date, so automatically it is calculating the year, right, from that particular customer type. So automatically it is displaying the age of all the persons in that class or in that table, you can say. Right, now let us talk about arrays and multisets. What these arrays and multisets are? Okay, now here we are already we have defined this publisher, one of the structure type here, publisher with name and branch, right. Now similarly, if we are defining a table called as book, which is having multiple things, see here in this one we are taking title, we are taking author array, we are taking publication date, we are taking publisher, and we are taking keyword set. But this one is having multiple things. Let us see what are those one. Now this publisher is of type publisher, which is having name and branch. Now this author array is having array declaration, and this keyword set is having multi-sets. Now using this one we are creating a table, we are creating a books relation of book type. What this book type is? It is holding all these data types, right. It is holding arrays as well as a multi-sets also, okay, and as well as a structure. So in this example we have seen the structure also, the arrays also, and the multi-sets also. Now similarly, the creation of collection values, how we can create it? Array, okay, we can write array in the square bracket whatever the values you want. Similarly for multi-sets also, in the square bracket you are providing those values, okay, like this one. Now whenever we are creating the tuples, we are creating like this. What we are adding? We are adding say for example the books relation is there. Now compiler is the title of the book, then the author array is provided by Smith and Jones, then publisher is a structured type. So in the bracket we are providing publisher name and the publisher branch, then the multi-set it is holding parsing and analysis. So these are the keywords, right. So according to this, it is the data is added into that. So the same thing, if we want to insert the value into that, we are inserting in this way, insert into books values and these values, okay. These are my references. Thank you.